Good morning, everybody. A happy Mother's Day to the moms out there and to the dads that act like moms to their children. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Before I get into the several things I'm going to discuss in this video, please hit the thumbs up to combat the cyber stalkers. First on the list, and this is the fourth time it has happened since I posted the video, the declaration received in response to targeted justice lawsuit. The criminals continue to disable the comments. If you posted a comment, it is still there. But when I woke up, somebody got into my account and disabled the comments. Fourth time, 3 times yesterday, 1 time today. So I had to go back in and turn it back on. Second order of the day is I hid the video that I posted early this morning about Marco the cat was kidnapped. Not because of that message, but because of all the things I said about the Manalapan Police Department and the FBI. I'm already on both of their hit lists, and of course we don't want to instigate them a little bit more, so I did hide that video. I enjoy my life, and even though they're slow killing me, they certainly have the ability to do it a lot faster. But I'm just going to put it out there, folks. My mother was murdered at 83 years old. My grandmother died naturally at 92 years old. My father was murdered at 70 years old, given a heart attack, but he did smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day. And since I don't smoke, drink, or do drugs, I should literally, given my lifestyle, should live to more than 100 years old. So I'm just putting that out there, and I would never commit suicide. And yes, I do own a firearm. My favorite Bureau of Instigation allowed me to own one. I guess they think that I'm going to use it in a negative way. For pre-crime, of course. So the comments are now re-enabled. Please let me know if for some reason you attempt to post a comment on the declaration received in response to the TJ lawsuit and that they are hidden. You could send me a text message. Well, no, don't send me a text message. My phone will keep going off. You could send me an email to alternativehomesteading@gmail.com. And we can go from there. Please don't post that information to other videos. Also, I want to let Jeff know that that one video that I posted about Bella and Jeff gardening, weeding in Kentucky has 1,375 views and 61 likes. Everybody wants to see the little fluffy white dog. So, now, here's the article that I want to talk about. Leaked DHS documents raise concerns of government tactics targeting conservative Americans. This is dated May 14, 2023, written by Dr. Paul Alexander. And this is an article written on Substack. Okay, so that's his newsletter. And this was forwarded to me by a targeted friend. The documents were obtained via Freedom of Information FOIA requests and disclosed program details from the Office of Targeted Violence and Terrorism Prevention. Well, that's an interesting office that we should contact. It's TVTP, the Office of Targeted Violence and Terrorism Prevention. Let's make a note of that one, folks. An internal memo dated January 29, 2021, outlines a program that appears to profile certain political views. The memo describes a, quote, choose your own adventure, unquote, style game where individuals make real-life decisions based on radicalization scenarios. So this is a game, folks. This game features characters like Anne, a middle-aged pro-life advocate, and Courtney, a budding conspiracy theorist. Notably, there's also Pete, the anti-gov authority abusive parent stepdad. Reed D. Rubenstein, American First Legal Senior Counselor and Director of Investigations, expressed deep concern over the DHS's tactics, stating, "The Department of Homeland Security's transformation into a domestic intelligence organization and a Stasi-like deep state internal security apparatus is alarming." He continued, "It is a very long way from see something, say something." Oh, you know who says that. "Oh, if you see something, say something," regarding an unattended suitcase at the airport, to profiling patriotic and politically conservative Americans as abusive parents and domestic terrorists because they oppose abortion or demand on demand and voted for former President the Trumpet. The agency's out of control. Oh yeah, I'm glad somebody else is seeing this. AFL also released documents revealing a proposed quote-unquote family first photo shoot planned by the DHS intended to, quote, show everyday people doing everyday tasks, to emphasize that domestic terrorism can happen to anyone, but that anyone can also help prevent it, unquote. Did you hear that? The Department of Homeland Security is going to do a photo shoot to show everyday people doing everyday tasks. Oh, I wonder if my neighbors are contributing to that. You know, when they drive by and photograph my property and then fall in the ditch and go to the detention center because they're under the influence. Is that what they mean? These criminals photographing things that you do everyday tasks. The perverts, the peeping Toms, the peeping Janes. There are laws against that. What I do on my property and the privacy of my own home is none of your DAMN business. Get a life, folks. Is this what is called job security? There's not enough domestic terrorism or crime in this country to justify your bilking billions of dollars every year in fusion centers and your salaries and benefits and perks and all the contractors and informants you pay. So I'm going to just go back up here because I think there was more to the article because it says upgrade to paid. So Dr. Paul Elias Alexander's newsletter is a reader-supported publication. So to receive new posts and support his work, consider becoming a free or paid subscriber. I might actually subscribe to him. So now this was a document that he received from the Office of Targeted Violence and Terrorism Prevention. Brilliant! No, you know what? I've been in this targeted community since 2016, and I haven't heard one person mention this office. Not one. It's called the Office of Targeted Violence and Terrorism Prevention. And this was a Freedom of Information Act request, FOIA, that disclosed the program details. And that this program targets certain political views. And they're paying really close attention to a game called Choose Your Own Adventure. You know what? I've always known that these gamers and these online games were bad news, folks. Just bad news. Not only is it a waste of time, you choose your own adventure in real life, not online. Start growing some food. Before you know it, there's not going to be enough food to go around. You're going to have to start growing your own food. Get yourself a couple of chickens so you have a couple of eggs every day. Put some seeds in the ground. Grow your own herbs. Tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, really easy to grow. I grew white squash last year. It was growing like crazy. And it was the first time I grew it. You can do this too. If you live in an apartment, get container pots. You can hang them from the ceiling. You can grow food at home. If I can do it, you can do it. So beware of the game called Choose Your Own Adventure, because the game features characters like Anne, a middle-aged pro-life advocate, and Courtney, a budding conspiracy theorist, and notably there's also Pete, the anti-government authority abusive parent stepdad. Imagine? This is a game that people play. Please, people, stop playing these games. It's a waste of time. They're collecting information and data on you. Go buy a puzzle. Do a puzzle at home instead. Not online. Get a real hard puzzle in a box. Put it on your coffee table and assemble it. Forget these online games. They're stealing your information. And if you have Alexa, you know, that government spy box, get rid of Alexa. Ditch Alexa. Don't even throw her in your closet. Just burn her. Give her away. She's collected information on you that she will repeat. Same goes for those cameras outside. Police have access to them. What are they called? Ring cameras. Ring has a deal with Amazon that has a deal with the police departments across the country, where they have unlimited access to your Ring camera footage. Folks, go get your own hardwire system. You could even get trail cameras. But this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I will post a link to the article in the description center. And I want to let you know also, Marco returned at 3 a.m. I was calling him and calling him all night. He was nowhere. My camera, my porch camera, spun around 6 times in a span of a couple of hours yesterday. Some criminal was on the property, even with Jeff here. And it is so odd for Marco to disappear that way. Bizarre. But he's been acting a little weird lately, and I don't know what it is. And no, this is before Jeff arrived with his little doggy. He's been acting very strange lately, like they have been harassing him. His behavior has changed. So I am glad to report that Marco arrived at 3 a.m. Where he was, what he was doing, I have no idea. I picked him up. He's like lovey-dovey and stuff. It made no sense to me, folks. So I apologize for alarming people that he was gone. But I don't apologize for calling out the Manalapan Police Department criminals in Manalapan, New Jersey, or my favorite Bureau of Investigation.